Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. I just want to send out an apology to everybody that was logging into our Facebook Live. There are problems with Facebook, as some of you may have seen last week. We had some difficulties with it being distorted. So I'll put a message out to everyone to apologise for the technicals. But we will still come to you live because we're going to do this Zoom and just go for it, aren't we?
Yeah,
So
nothing can stop us. We're gonna get through this.
absolutely, absolutely. So I just want to introduce you to everyone. So this is Dr. Lallita, who will be speaking at the Women Power Summit, which is taking place on Saturday, the 12th of January next year. So if you want to get your new year started with a bang, you want some women's empowerment, some motivation, this is the event for you. We've got ladies from all ethnicities and backgrounds and professional disciplines all coming together for the Women Power Summit for 2 hours only. Tickets are on sale, so they have a complete different sale price than the normal standard price, just so we're celebrating the discussion with all of our speakers that we're having. So welcome, Dr. Lallita.
Hi, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be
Yes.
part of this. I'm very excited.
Oh, thank you so much for being a part of it. It's really good to have you on board.
Thank you.
So we're going to get straight into this, really. We're going to get into the questions and talk about woman power. So what does that mean for you, the phrase woman power?
So woman power for me, it means it's more about rights and benefits that we have as women, and that just comes like with a job that we have, the status that we have, the amount of money that we're being paid. Because I know that there's been a massive divide in women and men, and we're at this point now where we want to become equals, and yeah, that's what women power, not women empower, women power means to me. It's just being fair and being an equal.
Absolutely, absolutely. I completely agree. And when I ask anyone that question, everyone has different answers to it. So it's so nice to have such an array of different answers, because I don't think there's actually one answer to it. It is multifaceted, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it varies from person to person and from experiences as well that we've had as
Yes,
women. So definitely, yeah.
absolutely. So do you think that there's a difference between woman power and women power?
Definitely, definitely. I think women in power are currently leaders that are influencers, that we as women we look up to, that are making it happen. They're leading the way for us, and women power is what they're leading the way for. So that's where I think the difference for me lies.
Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you. So in terms of women supporting each other, how important do you think that is in business and I suppose in personal life as well?
I think it's so important. I really, really do. I know that there's this big persona about women, and they're very emotional, and there's this big stigma around women being
So
emotional.
true.
And often there's like, I don't know what it is, and this is something that I do want to research and understand more about. But often women tend to be more in competition with one another, and then that leads to like talking badly about one person. But actually we should be working together, we should be collaborating, we should be empowering one another, and just saying, actually, look, in terms of work, let's do this together, let's try this, and just supporting one another to become the best versions of ourselves, not focusing on oh my god, they're over there, because that comes from a deeper place within us, and that's something that we need to understand. What is it that's causing me to feel like they're already up there and I'm not, and now I'm going to jeopardize this, or I'm going to do something to or I'm not, I'm just going to stay away from this person.
Yeah.
So for me, it's really important that we're aware, but the more emotionally aware we become, the more that I feel that we are able to support one another. And I think it is very important, because as women we have lots of different roles. Men have all these roles as well, but we're wearing lots of different hats, and it's so important that where we feel just supported. I think just having that support, having someone to listen to you, having someone to encourage you. It shouldn't just all come from your partner. It should come from your friends as well, and friends are males and females. So I think it is very important.
Yeah. I mean, I completely agree. And you touched on something there when people or women feel like they're in competition with each other. And I think that's often something that's discussed on all of these kind of women panel type shows like The View and things like that. Where do you think that really comes from? Do you think that that's more of like a societal type influence, or do you think it is just about the individual's response to someone else?
So I have worked with so many business owners, and there have been women, and I've also worked with individuals, other professionals who have been women. And I do find that there is a lot of, for example, if someone's lacking in self-worth or self-belief, that will impact on their business life as well, and it will impact on how they see other people. Because everyone's own, and I don't want to say that your insecurities are sort of controlling everything, but if we become aware of our insecurities and what they are, so if we feel like we're not good enough, we're going to look at other people and we're going to see them as being good enough, and more like it's almost like they're better than us. But that's the illusion that we're creating in our minds. And because of that, we will start behaving in a different way towards them because of the way that we're actually feeling. But because if we become aware of that feeling, we can change the behavior. So it is really powerful. But I think from what you've the question that you asked, it's dependent on the individual. It really is, because I wouldn't just say all women are like this and that's the way it is. It is very dependent on the individual.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And I think it's important for people to hear your answer to a question like that, because they may be thinking, well, actually, I possibly may be in competition with this person, or that maybe you've triggered them realising and looking in the mirror at themselves. So thanks for answering that for us.
I think the only person that you should be in competition with is yourself, and just to help yourself become a better version of yourself. So every day learning from your experiences and becoming a better person, because you can look at someone else, but they're on a different journey. They're somewhere else and you're somewhere else. If you're traveling to Leicester and they're traveling to London, you're going to take different motorways. It's understanding that my view on this motorway is going to be different to your view. So if you're explaining, I can see the trees, I can see this, and they're like, well, where's my trees? I can't see them. Naturally, you're going to feel like, what's wrong with me? Or it may take you back to a deep-rooted anxiety that you're feeling. So it is through all awareness that you can change these things.
It is, absolutely. And I think it's really important that it's established that it's something that actually can be changed. It's not something that just remains forever in the day. As long as you've got an open heart to see and have the self-awareness skills, and there's loads of, coaches, and through the work that you do, which we'll get on to, we can share that actually this is how someone really feels about themselves, and they can understand that process. All right, so tell me, what is your woman power, and can you give an example of how you've used it?
Okay, so my woman power is being able to see the light that you already hold and helping you or guiding you back to the light. And this is the work that I do with a lot of women, is that we're conditioned in a way that women need to do this, and we need to do this, and we need to do this, and we're developing our conditioned side of things, and we're not developing that authentic self, and we lose the real authentic self of who we are, because we're so driven, or because we're told what to do, so we become that. And that's not to blame anyone, it's just to understand that there is this conditioned self. So my role is, and I like to say that my sort of superpower is to help people to see their light, because I can see it, and there's no point in me just seeing it. You need to see it yourself, and you need to believe in it. It's already there. And that's your superpower, to then be able to change the world and empower the world the way you want to.
Absolutely. And sometimes, what I've found is there's a preacher called T.D. Jakes, and he told a story of, he runs a church in America, and the church was closed, and all of the family were in the church at the time. And they were going to take a group family photo in front of the main stage. But there was a young child there, one of his grandchildren, that said, actually, we need to turn the lights on, because they didn't have the lights on. So someone went to turn the lights on, but they couldn't find the light switch, because it's this massive church. But then in the end, the young girl said, I'll hold a torch. I think they found a torch somewhere, and said, I'll hold a torch and you guys take the photo. And what he was explaining from that is, actually, some people are the light, the person that's on stage, the job that you do. But some people are the ones that actually hold the light for someone else to see their own. And I think that's such a nice example of kind of the work that you do, is literally you're the one holding the light, shining on them, so they can actually see themselves.
That's a beautiful way of putting it. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate that. I will take that with me and share that story. So thank you.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, I'll share the post with you so you can see the story that he told. It was quite insightful, because it was actually a child that said, I'll hold the light and I'll prefer not to be in the picture just so we can get this shot. And I thought that is really quite profound. You know, that we're not all meant to be the light. Sometimes we are the ones that hold it up for someone else. And I think
it's also seeing that light within you as well. So I've
yes.
been where I see the light within me, and
Yes,
you see the light within other people, and just to embrace their light as well.
that's right. That's right. And sometimes I think coming to your point about the conditioning, that people feel as if they should be the light in themselves. They should be all of these different roles that we women think that we need to play or condition to play. But actually, if they realise that their light was their talent to shine that to somebody else, then they will possibly feel more satisfied with where they are and not be chasing after being the one in that spotlight.
Definitely, I definitely
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. Cool. Anyway, I'm sure we could just talk for ages on this. But so my final question, Lallita, was what can people expect you to speak about at the Women Power Summit next year? So just giving people a sneak peek.
So actually, I'm really glad that it's the 12th of January, because that's when people tend to have their New Year's resolutions. And what tends to happen, I think there's like percentage from last year that I think it was 78% or something. I don't remember if that's the exact stat, but it was like 78% of people that didn't commit to their goal, to their New Year's resolution.
Wow.
So that takes me to what I'm actually going to be talking about at the summit, and that's about self-sabotaging beliefs. And self-sabotaging patterns. So often we develop through our conditioned self, and we develop self-sabotaging patterns. So we commit to something and then we don't do it. And what's that about? That there's something deeper going on there, and there's lots of reasons for it. So I'm going to be talking about that, and also how to commit to a goal and stay focused on that goal. Because often we have a goal, we set a goal, and that goal we don't pursue, or we can't continue with it, and we sabotage ourselves somehow or another. There's a pattern of behavior, and sometimes it comes down to you not feeling worthy of it, or you not feeling as though you deserve it, or sometimes it can be because it's not truly what you actually want, so you're sabotaging yourself. And these are all subconscious things that are going on for you. So it's so important to understand that, and to understand that you're living the life that you want to live, not the life that your conditioned self has told you to live. Because that's what we've created. We've created this conditioned self through our own behaviors, through what we've perceived from the environment around us. But it's time to sort of break that down and really understand where we are right now and why we are here, and also understanding the purpose, the passion that we have in life, and just committing to goals and staying focused on them goals. So my main focus is around self-sabotaging beliefs, how they're formed, where they come from, and how we can overcome them.
I'm excited. I can't wait to hear you speak. I know we're going to get really, really good value from you coming to the event and sharing your expertise with us. So thank you for being involved, and thank you very much for this evening.
Thank you. Honestly, it's been a privilege, and I'm so glad that we finally found a way to get through to
I know.
So, it's brilliant. And thank you for arranging the time and the day. I do appreciate that.
Oh, you're very welcome, very welcome. So there you have it. You've listened and you've spoken to Dr. Lallita, who will be at the Women Power Summit next year. The tickets are on sale. And if you've got any questions, you know where I am, you know where Dr. Lallita is. And we will see each other soon. God bless. Thank you very much.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.